Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I am Cody. Tommy is in his pat tree behind me. And I'm going to be not reviewing anything, but I'm going to be showing you the before and after of my softening of the jimping on the SOG Seal XR folding knife. So I got one in black, just arrived, and this has the default jimping all over the knife. And you can see the teeth on the jimping are that high, all down the back, and on the flipper tab, very aggressive, and also aggressive all in the hand area, the finger area. Compare that with the one where I knocked down the jimping, including on the blade and the flipper tab. This is rounded, much softer, lower. Especially noticeable on the flipper tab. And in the finger areas, it is less pronounced here. And on the back, the height has been knocked down. And this was to make this beautiful knife design pocket friendly. Now, I'm not worried that this is going to tear up my pocket or my hand when I'm using it. It still has the same look of the default texture, but it does not have that bite. This is really bitey, like ridiculously so. I don't think it needs any jimping. It could use a little bit of jimping on the top here, just for a finger reference. Doesn't even need it because it's already scalloped out here for the thumb forward position, but a little bit's fine. And then also a little bit of jimping on the flipper tab is fine, just to get that extra bit of traction. This amount that I've left it at is a good balance of grip and non-shreddy pocket comfort and hand comfort. So I'm going to leave this in knocked down to this amount, and my goal is to get this one down to looking like this. And so you can see this is like a black wash color of the metal, and this is of course been grinded down, so it's plain metal color. So when I'm done with knocking all the jimping down, it's going to look like this. You're going to get like a zipper look on the back, and also you're going to get that two-tone look on the top and also at the bottom of the flipper tab. And a lot of knives, black knives, come with the two-tone look anyway. Some companies will leave the swedge machine color, plain color, and so this will look a little bit different, but it's not going to affect the performance of corrosion resistance because S35BN is a stainless steel, so knocking off the coating is not going to hamper corrosion resistance at all. And I'm sure this is a stainless steel used for the jimping on the back, and on this front it's just polymer plastic, so not going to affect performance of the knife. It will just make it EDC-able to put in the pocket without destroying the pocket. And yeah, this is nuts. This is really aggressive on the bare hand. Let's do a glove test. I haven't done a glove test. Yeah, this is fine. With the glove on, this is perfectly fine. So if you love the looks of the Seal XR and you plan to not ever put it in your pocket ever, you can leave it You can leave the jimping as aggressive as it is if you're planning to use gloves and you're just putting it in a rough canvas pack or something, or like a tool chest. You can just leave it like this if you're using gloves, but I don't use gloves with my EDC knives. So this is going to be my goal, to do it on this. So what I did was I just used my Dremel 3000 and the basic sanding bit, and that knocked down a lot quicker. This metal was a lot softer, and the polymer and everything was a lot easier to knock down, quicker to take down than I was expecting. So just using patience and control, I just went over. First I went over at a 100, like, you know, just a completely flat over it, over top. And then I did 45-degree angles on all the sides, and then 45-degree angles on the inside. And I just kept going over that lightly until I got it knocked down to a level that I was satisfied with. And I just did the exact same thing on the inside. First going flat, going on the inside 45 degrees. And then once I was happy with the height taken off, I went at it with one of my foam sanding blocks. This is 120 grit. I went at it a couple passes with the 120 grit, and then I went over about 20 passes per area with 220 grit. And then to finish it off, get it nice and smooth, I used my 2000 grit foam sanding block, 3M. You can get all this at Home Depot or Canadian Tire, any home hardware store. And then of course I just washed it all off with soap and water. I'll show you my scrubby. I just use this plastic scrubby. And when I'm cleaning off around the blade, anytime you're cleaning off your blade, just make sure to always go from top down. When you're cleaning, never from down up. You don't want to dull the edge on your knife. What did I use? I just use a little mask. Like a shemagh will work fine. Some kind of material just to get the metal flakes from getting into your nose. I just use some gloves, just keep the metal flakes off from penetrating my skin. And some eye protection. And just, you know, I have an apron, I have a barbecue apron that I put on, but, you know, any kind of work clothes, coveralls, anything, just to keep the metal flakes off of your house clothes. And success. I'm super duper happy with how this turned out. I absolutely love the SOG Seal XR. For people with big hands, if you like combat looking knives, and your area lets you carry 3.75 inch blades around, this is an awesome knife for about $300. S35 VN polymer handle, bar lock with a great action. So the blade's thick, so it's thick behind the edge, but it has a good cutting edge, and it's just really cool. This can be a one knife survival knife option, even though it's a folding knife. Yeah, I would take this in post-apocalypse zombie times. I would take this knife with me as a one knife option probably. Of course, you know, cold steel SRK or leatherneck or something of that nature might be better if you're gonna survive with a big ass knife, but you could put this in your pocket, so it's more discreet for the discerning zombies. They won't even notice that you have this survival knife on you. All right, so I'll do a follow-up video once I process this black SOG. And yeah, so there you go. That is the before and after of the jimping to make it pocket friendly of the SOG Seal XR. I will have a review of another knife today I will be putting up probably. So we'll see you then. Take care, and if you like my content, please subscribe and throw a like on there and comment. I love reading your comments. Okay, have a great day.